China and India begin a fresh round of talks today to try to resolve their years-long military standoff at the border in eastern Ladakh. The latest round of core commander-level dialogue reportedly took place at the Chushul-Moldo border point on the Indian side of the line of actual control. Tensions between the two nations have been simmering since clashes erupted in the Galwan Valley in May of 2020. That violence left dozens of Chinese and Indian troops dead and sent bilateral ties plummeting to a six-decade low. Today's talks reportedly focused on disengagement of troops in the remaining friction points in eastern Ladakh. The two sides have held multiple rounds of talks to try to ease tensions, but both armies still have tens of thousands of troops deployed near the border areas. And Rebecca Bunton joins us live from Mumbai for more details. Rebecca, was there any progress to ease tensions, or has there been any progress to ease tensions between these two nations in this latest round of talks?
Well, this latest round of talks, like the other rounds, took place behind closed doors, and we really know very little about what's actually been discussed. Also, these are talks that continue over a very long period of time. It's being reported as well that the talks could spill over into a second day. And we know that the talks did begin at 9:30 a.m. local time this morning in India. And these are really tricky discussions that are taking place because this is the 19th round of core commander level talks that are taking place over this border issue, this standoff between the two sides, China and India. And that was a matter that really kicked off, that escalated and began when we saw that those clashes back in 2020 when there were troops killed on both sides. And since then, there have been these multiple rounds of the talks, the discussions that have taken place, diplomatic, military discussions, but we've seen very, very little progress. As such, we have seen some disengagement of troops. That is the case, but there are still tens of thousands of troops along those border areas. And it's also been reported as well that there are these fundamental areas of disagreement between India and China, with India saying that these are friction points where there needs to be disengagement, it's reported, but China saying that these are legacy issues that actually predate those border clashes that took place in 2020. So these are really difficult discussions that are taking place, and we'll have to see what actually emerges from this when we do manage to get some information, if there is a statement at all that comes out at the end of this.
Rebecca, as you mentioned, these are legacy issues that go back years. And of course, the leaders of China and India, they have met over the years, over many occasions. In the next few weeks, you've got the BRICS coming up, G20 summits as well. Is there anything new this time to make this issue maybe a little bit more prevalent when it comes to discussions?
Well, certainly the timing doesn't seem to be a coincidence. It's taking place ahead of Modi and Xi Jinping set to come face-to-face at the BRICS summit next week. And then in September, of course, New Delhi, India is hosting the G20. And again, Xi Jinping is expected to visit for that and meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course. So this timing does seem to be significant, that the last round of talks were actually held in April. Now we're seeing them taking place now. And analysts are saying that there is some sense of urgency to actually address this matter, to actually try to come to some resolution, for there to be some disengagement and some progress on this issue, which has gone on since 2020. So certainly there are this timing is significant in that sense, but we have to see what actually comes out of this, as the leaders are set to meet in just a matter of days.
Thanks for that, Rebecca Bunton, live for us there from Mumbai.